the scramble for Africa. Imagine waking up one day and discovering that your entire land, your culture, your future, has been divided by strangers sitting thousands of miles away. No war on your soil, no discussion with your people, just lines drawn on a map. This is exactly what happened during the scramble for Africa. In the late 1800s, Africa was not empty or uncivilized, like many were told. It was filled with powerful kingdoms, organized societies, trade networks, and rich cultures. From the Ashanti Empire to the Sokoto Caliphate, people lived, ruled, and thrived long before Europeans arrived. But everything changed when Europe turned its full attention to Africa. Why? Simple: wealth, power, and control. Africa was rich in resources: gold, rubber, palm oil, and later, minerals. European nations like Britain, France, Belgium, and Germany wanted it all. But instead of fighting each other directly, they did something even more dangerous. In 1884, they gathered in one room in Europe for a meeting called the Berlin Conference. Not a single African leader was invited. In that room, they took a map of Africa and began to divide it like a cake. Lines were drawn with rulers, straight, careless, and completely ignorant of the people living there. Tribes were split apart. Enemies were forced into the same borders. Entire nations were created overnight, without consent. And just like that, Africa was carved up. King Leopold II of Belgium didn't just take land, he took control of the Congo and turned it into his personal property. Under his rule, millions suffered and died in what is now known as one of the most brutal exploitation systems in history. Britain expanded across vast regions, controlling places like Nigeria and Egypt. France dominated large parts of West Africa. Germany claimed territories in East and Southwest Africa. Within just 20 years, almost the entire continent was under European control. But this wasn't just about land, it was about domination. Africans were forced to work under harsh conditions. Resources were extracted and shipped to Europe. Local systems were destroyed or replaced. Cultures were suppressed. Resistance was often met with violence. And those random borders drawn in Europe, they didn't disappear. They became the countries we see today. Many of Africa's modern conflicts can be traced back to those artificial divisions, where people who never shared history were forced together, and those who did were separated. The effects are still felt today, economically, politically, socially. So next time you look at a map of Africa, remember this: those borders were not created by the people who lived there. They were decided in a room far away, by men who never set foot on the land they divided. And that decision changed the course of an entire continent, forever.